yeah, let's get into the news.
All right, let's do it. All right, first things first, we got to talk about the blip of sunscreen fear-mongering articles that just came out.
Yeah, I feel like we made a joke about this last episode,
Sure did.
a couple episodes ago. It's
Sure
like, ha ha
did.
ha, every year it's like trends, sunscreen's killing you, and then bam, it's Christmas.
Ha ha ha, not a joke.
Right on cue.
There were a couple articles that came out. It wasn't a lot, but it started with an article from CNN. Title was "Only 25% of sunscreens offer broad spectrum protection without troublesome ingredients," report says.
You know, I think a good litmus test, we made a little reel about it because we're like, oh man, we have to respond to this. But we, like we said in the reel, a good litmus test for when an article might be a little bit too fear-mongering is if the headline make you clutch your pearls and do only 25%,
Yes.
it's probably not a good sign.
Yes, totally. Any sort of knee-jerk reaction, just worth a double take.
Mm-hmm.
There's also another one from Bloomberg, of all places. And I realized that Bloomberg launched one sunscreen article every year. So if you look at Bloomberg sunscreen, you'll see 2023, 2022, 2021.
Sorry, I wonder if for the journalist, that's like journalistic Siberia. If you work for Bloomberg and you got tasked with doing the sunscreen article.
Yep. Person's like, crap.
Oh no.
Yeah. Anyways, their title is also very generic, a grand sweeping statement. It says, "There's still scary stuff in sunscreen." You know, it's just so open-ended and out there that you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, I will say maybe it's also a sign that like, man, nothing to see in this recession. Sunscreen.
Also, I really hate their subtitle that says endocrine disruptors and other potentially dangerous ingredients persist despite FDA concerns. Both poking, like jabbing at the FDA and throwing a lot of really scary things in there, like really annoying.
Yeah, and for those of you who see these articles and feel a little concerned, know that there is a lot of ongoing work to be done.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. And I think there is like a school of thought where because there's ongoing work, that means we don't know yet, therefore it's bad. But honestly, progress, that's science, right? We're constantly learning new things. Because there's extra scrutiny and concerns raised about these ingredients, there's going to be extra studies that come out.
Yeah.
And with all the ingredients out there, I'm about to say something really controversial.
Yes.
There are a lot of ingredients that just haven't been looked at the same way.
Totally.
And one of the things with sunscreen that's being looked at is, you know, with the bloodstream study that came out a few years ago, it sounds really scary, but one of the things that the FDA is like, it's like the amount of concentration of ingredient found in bloodstream that raise concern right now is a one-size-fit-all criteria.
Yes. For every ingredient out there.
Everything.
That's like millions.
Yeah.
Tens of millions.
They're like, maybe this is not a good way to assess the safety of ingredient. Let's just say with all things poison, dose matters. Anything can kill you. Yeah. Anything can kill you at the right concentration.
Yep.
Right?
Even water.
Even water, even coffee, even sugar. So it's just about, if we're to looking at ingredients in that sense, it doesn't make sense to look at ingredients found in the bloodstream in a one-size-fits-all manner either.
Yep, exactly. So with all that, please know that these articles are still out there. If you have any questions, you know, definitely Gloria and I have done a couple videos on this and sunscreens in the bloodstream a while back that we'll share. And also feel free to email us as well, because we can definitely tell you that for the most part, there is nothing to worry about as of yet. The real issue here is that press comes out every day. Science takes like years. So there's no way to catch up, you know, and be able to squash all of these articles. Yeah. So it's going to keep coming. And at the end of the day, skin cancer is the proven enemy out of everything.
Yeah, and I do want to add that my mini confession here is I am also guilty of a lot of times just reading the headline. Yeah. Because we're all busy. Not a lot of people have time to, you know, go through everything.
Yes.
And I understand like these headlines are catchy, but just take a pause and know that the headlines really don't paint the full picture here.
Totally. Next thing, we want to take a look at ScarJo's skincare routine very quickly.
Yes. So Scarlett Johansson is one of the latest celebrities come up with her own line. Her line is called The Outset. And obviously, along with the launch, you will see some articles out there that talks about her routine. I'm not too, of all the celebrity launches, I'm not too offended by this, by her positioning.
It's not Gwyneth Paltrow spot treating sunscreen level of bashing.
No, because I kind of like that she's very pragmatic. Her routine is very simple.
Yes.
The Outset only has, well, actually, it's a ling line of products. And the 3 products that she highlights in her routine articles are her Gentle Micellar Antioxidant Cleanser, Firming Collagen, Vegan Collagen Serum, and her Nourishing Squalane Daily Moisturizer. Other than sunscreen, which she did not talk about in the article at all. Latest sunscreen. I feel like it's just... I kind of like it. I kind of like that it's a very simple routine. Yeah,
it feels practical where a lot of celebrities are not as practical.
Yeah, and I will say even though her routine doesn't mention a sunscreen, I also kind of appreciate that the Outset didn't, even though it's positioned as reliable fundamentals, she didn't like kind of push out sunscreen right out the gate just to round it out. And I don't know her reasoning or her team's reasoning behind not coming out with sunscreen right out the gate. But I kind of do like that they're not pushing out mid sunscreen just to complete the line.
Totally. And I also like in the fine details of the article, she does mention that she has been adding their Outset also has their face oil to her routine during the winter because she has really dry skin. And I feel like generally this is a pretty good routine in terms of moisturizing where you kind of have depending on your daily moisturizer as one and done, and then you want to add a little bit of nourishment and you can like still like basically stick to that routine without having to change it up too much. And it's a really great premise to this whole dang topic that we're about to talk about. Yeah,
cool.
Next, more probiotics. Huh, Gloria?
Yeah. So even pre-COVID, we're like microbiome is a hot topic in skincare. True to the skincare industry, jogging, running, sprinting before even learning how to walk. It's an exciting new frontier of science, but this stuff takes a long time to develop. And there is a new probiotic out there. The article that I saw when I found this new ingredient was like really funny. It was like, is XYCM42 the new frontier to probiotic? I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
I was like, oh no, what? Elon named another baby.
people. Or maybe it's Robert De Niro's new kid.
Oh no.
He's numbering them now instead.
No. Yep. But seems interesting.
Yeah, this one, so in terms of microbiome science, there are 2 main forks in the road. Yeah. It's either being looked at as more barrier care in general or acne.
Yes.
So for those of you who listen to our acne episode, you'll know that cutie bacteria is often thought of one of the main culprits of acne. So you have phage technology that came out that's meant to target, we should keep the population of cutie bacteria low.
They want diverse flora. That's the goal.
So there's a lot of work done in that direction. But XYCM42 is kind of interesting. It's actually a particular strain of cutie bacteria.
Yeah. And so it looks like they performed, this is all very early work. They've done a couple studies. One was a 3-week pilot study. Another was an 8-week study with about 121 subjects, just to look at the efficacy of using these kind of like this specific live Cutibacterium strain to see if it was helpful.
Yeah, and it seems like the preliminary results are helpful for those with acneic skin, but note that this is definitely still very early.
Yeah,
but we're keeping tabs on it.
So for those of you wondering, how is it ever going to get into skincare? You're absolutely right, because it's a live culture. So putting a live culture in skincare, so clearly there's still a lot of work to be done, but we should move on.
Yep. So I saw this article from Shape called 7 Skincare Ingredients You Need to Know. And they are retinoids, vitamin C, ceramides, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and AHAs. And I'm like,
there's one of them I could not care about.
Oh,
But anyway,
which one? Which one?
hyaluronic acid.
Yes. But I was kind of like, oh my God, even shape.com, which would not be my expected source of skincare science, is onto like ingredients that have efficacy.
The tried and true. Whereas before, it was always like, ooh, what's trending or new or flashy or sounds exotic.
This exotic oil and this Himalayan flower.
Yeah. Muru muru butter.
Muru muru. Makes my skin so buru buru.
Okay.
Anyway. So dumb. That's it. That's all I want to say. It's like, oh my God, even shape.com. Like, ingredient science is so hot. It's now mainstream.
We're getting somewhere, guys. It's working. And then one thing that Gloria found, and this is really just going to segue straight into the decodes, is CosRx launched their niacinamide micellar water.
Yep. I'm just going to read the ingredients really quickly. Water, dipropylene glycol, polyglycerol 4-caprit, panthenol, sodium hyaluronate, allantoin, niacinamide at 1,000 ppm. Zinc, PCA, metacalcicide,
So with that, we're going to move on.
Yeah. So it's a micellar water. Don't rely on this as your source of niacinamide. I don't really see a lot of point to niacinamide being this product. 1 ppm is a really weird notation.
Yeah.
That is equating to
0.0001?
No, it's 1,000 ppm is a 0.01%?
0.01, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so with that, we should say that in the meats, we're gonna do a little bit more of a deeper dive into niacinamide, where the percentages will remind you is really you're looking anywhere between 2 to 5% max. So there you go. Not even close.